Sheeraz is on course to becoming the face of British boxing, but after a draw last time out, Mel Sport head inside his gym as he prepares for Edgar Berlanga, a must-win fight.
Yeah, it's my playlist. So I always, like when I get in my hand wraps, I always put on Imagine by John Lennon, always.
Everyone enjoys him. He gets more comments about his songs than his boxing.
It's a new thing I've been doing for this camp, recommended from Andy. It's like a caffeine boost before the session, just to, get you going, get you flowing.
Do you have like a baseline of you have to work with the nicest people in boxing? Because you've got Joseph Parker and you've got Hamzah now, they're both two great guys.
Someone said to me, you could start a modelling agency, they're all that handsome, so I might do the first boxing coach, model / agent.
In all seriousness though, when you do link
I'm
up
being
with
serious.
a boxer, what is it about a fighter that makes you think, yeah, okay, that's somebody that I want to work with?
First and foremost is the person. I couldn't work with a fighter, no matter how talented or good they were or big fight they had coming, if they weren't a nice person to spend time with, because it's such an intimate relationship. You have to form a bond, and I think that's why I've had success. It's because of the relationships I have with these guys. The trust is there. That's the main thing, number one. They trust me and I trust them.
This comes on right at the end of the film. And then they do it with his dad. It's a plane movie. It's one of them ones you just watch on a plane.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
5 years and like, why not watch this?
It's one of them ones. Do you know what it was after the last fight? I identified that I needed change. I sat down with the team, we identified it together, and then it was my own decision. And he's someone who I've watched as a young fighter growing up. Someone who you see in highlight reel knockout victories, and someone who I thought would work for me. And it was a case of meeting him before I chose him, and I met him, and instantly when I met him I could feel that he had a calm, sure aura about him, and that's very reassuring to have in the corner. And we've been working well together, we're working very well. It's very natural. I know you hear fighters say it all the time, say it's the best coach I've ever been to, but it genuinely is so far. And I think fighters in my kind of my situation right now wouldn't take such a hard fight with a new coach, and that's how much I believe I have in him and he has in me.
I didn't spend a lot of time watching Hamzah's last fight. I watched that from the dressing room in Saudi, and then I've seen some highlights, but what's happened in the past, I don't really care. I'm judging him on what I see day to day. So, to be honest with you, I can't really compare his previous performances to what he's looking like now. But what I see, I'm very happy with. From the start of the camp to where he is today, it's hard to measure the improvements. It's hard to put a figure on it or a word, but I'm really excited about him and really happy with what he's done.
To absorb the sweat.
Yeah,
No, you do.
That's what I thought. And then the more you sweat, the more you know what I mean.
Yeah. From the hip. Step back right hand top. Good. 1, 2. Good. Go after that. So, go. Right side. Right side. Right shoulder. Good. Hey. Hey. Chisora.
What do you think a win does for you in terms of where you can go to next?
I think answering this as a boxing pundit, answering this as if I was looking at Hamzah Sheeraz versus Edgar Berlanga. If Hamzah Sheeraz to win this fight, then the sky's the limit for him. Do you know what I mean? The sky's the limit for him, and why not fight the best in the division? But obviously, looking at it from my own perspective as a fighter, the buck stops with Edgar Berlanga as for now. You got to remember, I set out to win area titles when I was a pro. Like, I never thought I'd be here. And then before you know it, you fight for world titles. Like you said, the pressure's on. The pressure was on them, but now not at all. Not at all, because I've competed at that level. Yeah, I might have not captured the world title, but I know what it takes to be at that level. I know that I've got the minerals. But like I said, it's all about just producing it on fight night.
When he beats Berlanga, it'll be a signature win. People around the world will take notice. I think he's got a point to prove after his last fight. I see that in him and how he's training, the attitude he has. And I think he will. I think when he beats Berlanga, there'll be a new star in world boxing.
Seen a lot of kind of visualization in the mirror, like
Yeah.
you were doing a lot of that,
Yeah.
more so than I've probably seen other boxers
Before,
do.
yeah.
Is that something you really focus on? Do you do a lot of visualization and kind of almost plan it before you get in the ring?
You know what, I never used to be fair. I never used to, and I think what it is the change of coach and the kind of added new things. It's just I want to make it part of. I want to make it habit. I want to make it habit. So even like when I'm walking down the street or whatever, I'll just switch on and I'll do a move, or I'll practice something just to make it part of my second nature. So it basically becomes a part of me, not something I do. It becomes a part of who I am and what I am.
I feel like Adamas though, he's fighting at the same pace, 12 rounds.
12 rounds, yeah. It was just mad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Everything hard.
Literally.
They're just trying to take it off now and just see the sweat come out.
Listen, he's a good fighter. He talks a lot of shit, but he is a good fighter. He's a good fighter at the end of the day. He's been at the top, the highest level of sport, fought the best man in boxing at the minute being Canelo. So I think in his head this is kind of a step back for him, but that's an advantage that plays in my favour. Him not having as much respect for me as he would have had for Canelo and whatnot. So I've just been working hard, keeping my head low, and come fight night under the bright lights, I've got to do my thing.